Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at on the screen is the police disciplinary records in the Breonna Taylor case. So I know this is crazy, isn't it? This is what they released. They redacted the entire thing damn near on these cops. So this is the Courier Journal, October 19th, 2020. LMPD releases disciplinary records for Breonna Taylor cops. Large parts are blacked out. What's the purpose in releasing it and it looks like this? Seriously, what's the damn point? You can't read nothing. Yes, yeah, yes, butt stroked. What the hell? No, I did not observe that. What, you didn't observe the butt stroke? I mean, damn. All right. After 5 months and two delays, the Louisville Metro Police Department has released more records into disciplinary backgrounds of the three officers who fired their weapons at Breonna Taylor's apartment on March 13th. But some of the records are so heavily redacted. Trust me, the other ones look just like this. So heavily redacted that the incident they describe are virtually invisible. You can't see nothing. On May 15th, the Courier Journal requested complete investigative files for any previous internal and criminal investigation concerning Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, Detective Miles Cosgrove, and now former Detective Brett Hankinson. The three officers fired 32 rounds that night. Taylor died in her apartment during a drug raid that went awry. 6 of those rounds hit an unarmed 26-year-old Black woman, killing her in her hallway. On Thursday, 153 days after the initial request for the three officers' file, the Courier Journal received the records, more than 1,600 pages in all. But more than 150 of those pages were heavily redacted, covered by large black rectangles. LMPD said the law allows redactions for the non-disclosure preliminary records that express opinions and not a final decision. But Michael Abate, a First Amendment attorney in Louisville who represents the Courier Journal, said it is absurd to suggest facts underlying a decision in a case that are preliminary. He said it represents an ongoing pattern of conduct by LMPD. This is unfortunate part of a culture that is so resistant to transparency in a way form that even when they think they're being transparent, they're in fact hiding the substance of a document that they are releasing, Abate said. Many of the investigations in the released files already had been widely reported by the Courier Journal and other news outlets. Other incidents are for minor infractions, such as misfiled paperwork, are years old, or have long since been resolved. Even so, LMPD blacked out large segments of the records. Some of the redactions are for personal information. For example, the document in Cosgrove files were largely redacted phone numbers, addresses, and similar personal data for civilian and officers. Cosgrove's records preliminary concern a previous reported 2006 shooting that was found to be justifiable because he acted in self-defense. Yeah, all these cops always act in self-defense in each and every case. You know, everybody is self-defense except for us, right? We can't be in self-defense. People are unbelievable. He attempted to pull over Arthur Satterley, who almost hit Cosgrove's car. Cosgrove fired into the car, injuring Satterlee. Satterlee later sued, alleging excessive force, but a judge sided with Cosgrove. Of course, they did. LMPD was more heavy-handed when it came to redacting records for Mattingly and Hankinson. Why, more infractions? The department defended those redactions by noting a December 2019 opinion from the then Kentucky Attorney General, Andy Beshear, saying that it is not a violation of the State Open Records Act to withhold significant portions of investigative files because the decision maker, the police chief, did not review those records in reaching his determination regarding the subject professional standards unit investigation. They consequently remain preliminary. The opinion states the opinion also stemmed from the Courier Journal's records, request to LMPD records, but Abate said the Attorney General's opinion is just that, an opinion, and it does not have the binding force of law. The Courier Journal requested the complete professional standards unit and public integrity unit case files for Mattingly, Cosgrove, and Hankinson on May 15th. The Public Integrity Unit looks for potential criminal wrongdoing, while the Professional Standards Unit looks for possible policy or rule violations. The Courier Journal requested all reports, investigative notes, and findings associated with any such investigation into each officer. The law requires public agencies to respond to all record requests within 3 days, excluding weekends and legal holiday. LMPD did not acknowledge this request until June 3rd, 19 days later, citing the volume of data being requested and the time necessary to review and redact said data. The department estimated June 3rd the records would be available by August 17th. By then, accusations of sexual assault had surfaced against Hankinson, and he was fired by then interim LMPD Chief Robert Schroeder for shooting blindly into Taylor's apartment. The department then revised its estimate after August 17th deadline passed, saying the records would be ready by September 28th. You want to hear something? My brother was born on August 17th, and my son's birthday is September 28th. Coincidence, I guess. That was the day Hankinson pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of wanton endangerment for firing into an occupied apartment next to Taylor's that night. She died. A grand jury indicted him on those charges on September 23rd. Cosgrove and Mattingly weren't charged, with the state attorney general Daniel Cameron arguing they acted in self-defense because Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, fired at them first. On October 13th, LMPD again revised the deadline to turn over records, saying they would be available on October 29th. That's my mom's birthday. Ooh, this is eerie. The department beat the last estimate, providing files on October 15th, 5 months to the day after the Courier Post request. And it's all blacked out. It's all blacked out. It's all blacked out. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. They blacked everything out, y'all. It looks just like the one on the screen. Wow. Okay, so they said Mattingly was reprimanded So his personnel file, previously released by the department and reported by the Courier Journal in May, showed he was reprimanded for a 2017 incident in which he failed to properly document the use of force against a suspect before his shift ended. Yeah, well, they should be charged with Breonna Taylor's police record because they didn't fill that out. The incident is the most heavy redacted among the LMPD turnover on Mattingly. So they said it was 400 plus pages. So they heavily redacted his disciplinary record. I mean, then what's the point in turning it over if you're going to black out all three officers' disciplinary records? This is disgusting. But, ladies and gentlemen, as long as they hold that badge, they can virtually get away with anything. But we know they didn't even fill in Breonna Taylor's police report. And when they ask for disciplinary records, this is what you get right on the screen. So much for transparency, right? I guess that must just be the thing to say these days, but you don't actually do it. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.